Hello everyone, I'm Wendy and I am currently, well, right now I'm in Florida and kind of waiting for my 3-day fast to start, and I'm killing time. So I decided to do something fun, and I am at the Sawgrass Recreational Park where I get to ride, can you see that in the background? An airboat. Yes, I'm gonna ride in an airboat. This is something I've wanted to do since I was a kid, and is very exciting for me. And while at the little ticket booth, I got myself my first keepsake for my trip. It's a little piece bus, and it's a magnet. I was hoping to find a good bumper sticker and start doing bumper stickers for the decoration inside my van, but they didn't have any good bumper stickers. But the wheels roll, so that's pretty cool. It says road tripping to Sawgrass Recreational Park. So yep, this is the first fun stop on my trip across the United States. So the tour will begin shortly, but I'm really excited about it. I asked if I could take videos and stuff. They said yes. Probably not through the whole thing. I may have to wait till they come to a stop or something. I don't know. It's a 40-minute ride, so I'm going to see what other people are doing and kind of ask and see what they'll let me get away with. But here we go. Okay, so I'm waiting in line, and for my airboat trip, and I met some people who have the same ticket as me. They're from England, and they were telling me some funny stories.
Yeah, so our Uber driver was telling us that it's way cheaper than getting a divorce here. You just bring your spouse with you on an airboat ride, and they never find the body. So, and also, when the light aircraft accidentally crash on the Sawgrass area here, apparently you never find the bodies. You only ever find the aeroplanes. So
there's an airfield close, but what he's referring to is here's the boats out here, and some have taken off with a bunch of kids. I think we're going to do a body count when they come back, make sure we got all the kids. But anyway, and so apparently this is full of alligators. But I'm going to be riding with these funny guys from England, them and their wives, and they're a little bit shy over there. This is the only guy who had the courage to get on. But we're going to have a lot of fun together.
You can tell we're from England because we're wearing the short sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
And you're wearing the winter jackets.
Yeah. But we're going to have a lot of fun.
Okay. 3 simple rules out here on the boat. Number 1, any hats, glasses, bags, loose items that you have, hold on to it, tie it down. It's going to get very windy. Number 2, hands and arms. Keep everything inside the boat for me at all times. And the last one, we're out there just cruising. Everybody stay seated. I got the engines off. You guys can stand up. You don't have to be keeping the seats, okay? Life jacket to the 2 top cabins right here, just in case something happens, okay? Easy enough, right? And everybody has the ear protection too, correct? All right, I do recommend it, but let's get out there.
Okay, so right now I see bubbles. Maybe there's, I see some movement right there. Oh my goodness, I see an alligator. I saw it. Did you see it?
The American alligator. Now, that is doing its favorite thing to do right there. Absolutely nothing. just soaking up the sun. Now, they are cold-blooded reptiles, so they absolutely love soaking up the sun as many times as they get throughout the day. When we get cold fronts like this, they'll sit out for hours, sitting in the same exact spot, barely moving. They will remain stiff as rocks. Now, all the scales that are on the back there, those are called osteoderms. To make it easy, you call them scutes. So each one of those scales are skeletal plates that are on their back there, and they're full of blood. So when they start soaking up the sun like that, they start circulating all the warm blood throughout their body. So they love getting to our body temperature. Now, they're in no control of their body temperature whatsoever, but how they try their best to control it, just use the environment by soaking up the sun. Well, when it gets cold like this, like I said, you'll find a grass pad like this. There could be 2 or 3 of them just sitting up on it, just trying to soak up the sun. Now, like I said, they're very territorial. Some are cannibalistic. They do attack each other, and they will eat the smaller ones. It is survival of the fittest out here. They are solitary. They do like to hang out by themselves. But like I said, some days like this, you'll catch some just sitting on a pad like that. But they're all on the same page, just trying to soak up the sun. Now, in Florida, there's about 1.5 million alligators. Florida's also a giant state, so they're all kind of spread out throughout the state out here. In this region here, even though we've only found one, there's estimated to be about 25 to about 30,000 alligators out here. And that's them spotting them from helicopters, planes, boats, nonsense like that. Ones that were visible at least. So you could probably add in a couple more hundred up in there as well. But they are extremely lazy reptiles. And they are not lazy because they are the American alligator. They are just very lazy. But they are also extremely intelligent. Like I said, when it gets cool, they'll start popping up on pads like this, but they always try and pick something that's pretty soft-sided. On their underbelly side, they're real soft and squishy on the underbelly. It's obviously where all the organs lay. So they always try and pick something that's pretty soft padded like that. It's really not pushing any pressure on their organs there. And they'll kind of feel around things with their snout, and if it's too hard, too much work, they'll just leave it alone. They are extremely intelligent. But doesn't seem so intelligent right there, but they are the apex, so they don't have to prove to anybody out here that they constantly have to keep moving around and stuff like that. They'll sit there for hours and do nothing. Now, with all this laziness, very slow metabolism, so they don't have to eat every single day. An alligator can go a good week without even thinking about food. They're not out to eat every single day, especially when it gets cold like this. Now, out here, we got the most water that's in the 3 sections of the Everglades that are out here. So we don't get bears, panthers, bobcat, no deer, no pig, no Burmese python. Nobody likes dealing with all the water out here. So the alligator is the only apex predator in this region right here. So they are pretty lucky in that sense. But then again, like I said, it is survival of the fittest out here. Now, their lifespan. They can live up to about 35, pushing 50 years in the wild. That's an extremely long time in the wild for everything, like I said, that they go through on out here. In captivity, they do best up in there. Someone's always taking care of you. You had a 5-star resort. Someone's always giving you pets and scratches. They can live up to about 60, pushing 80 years. So an extremely long time. Dinosaurs still exist. It's right over there. Now, in the mouth of an alligator, it's usually about 78 to around 80 teeth that sit up in there. So around every 4 or 5 months, they'll lose about 3 sets of teeth. Their jaw will push them out. They'll get brand new teeth right back up in there. So depending on how long you live in the wild, they'll go through about 2,000, 3,000 teeth in their lifetime. Lose a tooth, gain another one back. So pretty cool in that kind of nature there. Now out here with all the water, lots of fish. There's a ton of fish up in this water. Lots of birds, a lot of amphibious creatures, frogs, snakes, turtles, mollusks, crayfish. They will eat just about anything. Of course, they are an alligator. They especially love to eat small children. I'm just kidding. It's not no. But they try and pick something around their jaw size, something that's bite-sizable. They don't chew. They'll just swallow it whole. Bones included, they do not care. Very acidic stomach. It does digest over time. But like I said, all that laziness, they get a nice fish, they go up a couple days without eating anything. And really all that they care about right now is just doing that. Absolutely nothing. Just soaking up that sun there. Now their whole pelt right there, like I already talked about the osteoderms, but their tail right there is a very powerful tail. Almost kind of one big old muscle kind of aligned with their body. Alligators can jump about half their body length out the water. And that is why I sit all the way up here. It's not going to jump in the boat, I promise. They do have that natural fear of humans, so they kind of always keep their distance. unless a lot of those things have been fed. Now, a fed gator's a dead gator. They start getting used to the human process. Every time they see a human, start getting scooting closer every single time. And then that one human that doesn't have food in its hand, your hand is the next option. So they always get a bad rep. Yeah, of course they're an alligator, so they eat everything in sight, all these things. More or less, it's always the human doing something it probably should not be doing, and that's why all those accidents do happen. Because we're on a boat right now, there's an alligator, and it's not trying to eat all of us right now. All it wants to do is just that, nothing. But like I said, sometimes people want it to do something pretty cool, and that's it. That's really all that they do. So sometimes people splash the water, poke at it, throw rocks at it. If you guys do that, that becomes a you problem. Because I promise you the button works. It will react to you very quickly. Like I said, they're very territorial. But like I said, they're really not out to eat us humans. There's too much salt and iron that's in our blood, and they have freshwater glands. Sometimes they do take a bite of the human and really think it is kind of gross and just kind of let it go. But more or less,
tastes like chicken to them.
yeah. But like I said, ideally all those accidents do happen because of the human doing something it should not be doing. So basically, if an alligator and a human got into it, basically it was the human doing something, and the alligator's not going to eat your body. They're not out to eat us. All they want to do is just show you who's boss real quick. On a quick win, this guy can just jump down in the water, easily hold its breath for 15, 20 minutes, and you have no shot. So they will make you stop moving and show you who's boss real quick. And even though it's not a giant right there, you would still not want to mess with that alligator right there. They have one of the nastiest bite forces in the world. That little one right there, still pushing around 600, 700 pounds of pressure. It would hurt a good bunch, I promise you. But now the big one's obviously pushing around 1,800, around 200 pounds, 2,000 pounds of pressure. It's disgusting. It's very disturbing. But now the little ones, alligators, like I said, they try and pick something around their jaw size, something that's bite size. They'll grab onto something that's too bigger than them. They'll do the classic death roll. Obviously, other apexes have claws, so they can kind of dismantle things with those. They have little T-Rex arms, so they don't really have much. Really, all that they have is all that power in their jaw there and all those teeth. So they'll grab onto something, do a bunch of 360s in a row right there. All that torque will eventually rip something off. And then they just kind of go from there and start picking off things. Does anyone have any questions before we get
Do you have an estimate of how old this one is?
That one right there, that one's probably about maybe 12, 14 years old. And if you go from the tip of its nose to the corner of its eye, it's kind of facing away from us. It's a little difficult. But usually when they have their whole body out the water, you can kind of get an idea how big they are. But yeah, if you go from the tip of the nose to the corner of the eye there, that's about 6 inches. That's about a 6-foot alligator right there. Not an exact measurement, usually just kind of a good guess. You might be off by a couple inches, but you're usually hitting around the ballpark right there. But you could also kind of tell their age from when, if you go from their arms, basically from like kind of where their shoulder is and how long that arm is there. Yeah, the bigger you are, the older you are. So, but we'll keep on moving here.
All right, so that's the great blue herring.
About the river real quick. Now the Everglades, it's a giant slow moving river called the River of Grass, hence all the grass out here. It's about 100 species of grass. Mainly all you're seeing right now, a lot of cattail, a lot of sawgrass out here. But I'll go off topic a little bit. Now, it used to be about 6 million acres of the Everglades. Everything got cut right in half with everyone building out here and filling in land. Now it's about 3 million acres. Sawgrass rules the Everglades. There's about 1.5 million acres of sawgrass. So literally half of the Everglades is all sawgrass. A lot of the other things are just kind of like molly grass, a lot of needle grass out here. So the river starts all the way up in Lake Kissimmee with Mickey Mouse over there in Orlando. Makes its way down south very slowly, goes right into Lake Okeechobee. That's our biggest lake in Florida. We'll keep on moving south some more. Right here in the 3 sections of the Everglades that are out here. Keeps going south way a bit more, kind of touches the Florida Everglades National Park, goes into the Florida Bay, goes out through the Gulf Coast of Mexico. So the river moves about 90 feet per day, which is just a little bit less than a half mile an hour. So that's why everybody calls it a swamp, because the water, like we're sitting in right now, sits pretty still. You kind of churn up the mud, eventually it starts to stink. But it is not a swamp, it's a giant river. Your ideal swamp you'd be looking for is like Louisiana and Bayou. That's like real swamp out there. Hence the show Swamp People. But there's about 22 million Floridians that live here now in Florida. If you ask me, I think it's way too many people. But everybody does love Florida out here. It's a nice little pristine paradise that we have. There's about 9 million Floridians each year that will drink this water. So this is our own little drinking water right here in our backyard. So we are pretty lucky in that kind of state. But we'll keep on moving. We'll start heading back to the dock there. But we'll keep our eyes peeled and see if anybody's out and about. But does anyone have any questions before we get moving here again? No? All right. Get to it.
Does Florida put fluoride in their water?
It kind of depends on where you go, and like a lot of like management areas, which is like kind of the one behind where the park is right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's people go out there and spray for like irrigation kind of stuff and all nonsense like that. But they don't come out this far and start spraying stuff. It'd be kind of more around the canals and everything like that.
Where does the agriculture start?
Well, it's kind of all over in Florida, but you're like you're talking about like all that like sugarcane stuff.
Yeah.
That would be kind of depends on where you go. Like if you take 27 all the way out, it starts looping over to the right. You kind of get underneath like Lake Okeechobee over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sugarcane factories over there.
Yeah.
Everglades wasn't having fun. And unfortunately, we couldn't get all the Gators to cooperate with the show today. We weren't lucky enough to find one, so I call that a great day right there. Now, when you guys head up the dock, just to the left of the gift shop there, there's a sign that says exhibit. You guys are going to follow that path, and you'll find a few more American alligators, all shapes and sizes, a couple other reptiles, and you get the chance to pet one of the baby alligators. Right in the middle there is our food truck if anybody's hungry. But now you guys can officially say you have survived the Florida Everglades. It's a great job. Very proud of everybody. And I do really hope there's a gator right out in front of us. See the no wake sign just to the right there? That's a gator right there. Looks like a log. You always gotta love when you're out there cruising. You find one, and then there's one here in the dock.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I do really hope that everybody had a great time today out here cruising on the boat and checking out the Everglades with me. Because I sure did. I do every single time. And keep in mind, if you did, us captains sure do appreciate those gracious gratuities and tips. But the most important part is coming up. Now, when I dock this boat, I do not have reverse or brakes on this boat. So it's going to be what we call a controlled crash. But I promise you it's going to be okay.
So just got off the airboat ride, and there's a little bit more wind blown than normal. But had a lot of fun, definitely recommend it. And right now, I'm just, I was told that there is a place where I could go pet a baby alligator. And I'm gonna go do that. But as I'm walking, I hear the birds, and it's just a nice little place to stop and give a review of what I thought. So there at the end, I did see a pretty large alligator. It looked like a log floating out in the water. I would have to say it was about, oh my goodness, it was about 70 yards away, I think, and I could see it pretty good. So I would have to say that was a big alligator, not like the little one we saw up on the grass. But anyway, I'm gonna go see if I can't pet myself a baby alligator. All right. Oh, whoa.
Oh my God!
So this gator, I would guess him to be about 8 foot. Yeah. I think from head to tail, he's from snout to tail, I think he's about 8 foot. You can see the little fishies, they're swimming around him. From the Yucatan. From the Yucatan. And there he is. Again, I would say that guy's about 7 to 8 foot. He's just enjoying the sun. All right, and this is a different type of a gator. This is a speckled Cayman gator. And it looks, yeah, he's got some turtles that are hanging out with him. Wow, this one's actually got 3 turtles just hanging out with him. I never would have imagined that, but yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness, now that is a big gator. I would say he's about 10 to 11 foot tall, long. And there's another guy outside of the enclosure. So, one's in the water. I don't know. He might be bigger than 12 foot. That tail whips around there. He's definitely about 11 foot, might be bigger. And then that one, he's looking at me, saying, can I eat you? That one's not quite as big, probably a 9 to 10, where this one is like, she's, I don't know, 11 to 12. It's a big one, the one in the water. Okay, I see kids petting that alligator up there. Do I really want to wait in this long line? I don't know about that. Petting the alligator does look like it could be fun. But I think I'll just let the kids have it.
It's so fun.
5 years.
There's a bunch of little alligators. Bunch of babies out here. There's like, jeez, let's see. 1, 2, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a little tail right there. 5, 6, and 7, 8. Over there's 9.
4, 5.
I counted 9 alligators. Yeah, that's why I think there's 9. Yeah, I counted 9. Oh yeah, here's 1.
1, 2, 3.
So that's 10, and then right there in the corner, that makes 11. I counted 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Let's try it again, okay? So we got 2 over here.
Back there. So 2,
We got
4, 6, 8, 10.
you got 10.
There we go.
Now let me try. Okay, I see 2 over there. 1, 2. We got 3 right here. 4, 5. 1 sticking his head out there. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I counted 12. You have a good day. Well, it's been a great day, and I'm currently in the Windjammer, sitting at my bench, and I'm getting ready to put my little Florida keepsake up on the wall, and I'm really excited to do so. I did want to share something. while I was at the airboat park, Sawgrass Recreational Park. Anyway, I met a lot of people, had a lot of fun, and there were school kids. That was fun. And then there was also adult couples. They asked me, those adult couples, they asked me, "Are you here alone?" And I said, "Yes, I'm here alone." And they were kind of surprised, because these were older, middle-aged, on the upper side of middle-aged people. And to see me by myself, they were just surprised for that. And I will tell you, to be honest, I didn't think I was going to be making this trip by myself. And I'm still hoping that God provides me a companion other than Dexter. He's great, but it would be nice to share some of these fun moments with someone else, someone that can, communicate more than just, show affection. Dogs are great, but you want a companion of some sort. Anyway. And I thought God was going to provide me with someone to go on this trip, because, it's been in my heart to do this for a couple of years. And, it's kind of like the Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. Well, here I am. I'm in Florida. I'm doing it. I'm starting this whole journey, and I still don't have that companion that I wanted. So hopefully hopefully the fat lady hasn't sang yet, and there will be a companion on the horizon, right? And I'm still here in Florida for a little while, because I've got to do my fast, which begins in a couple of days. All right, it begins on Friday, January 10th, and ends January 13th. And so I've got the fast, and then I'll probably stick around a little bit longer. And I'm hoping, I'm hoping that God sends me my dreamboat of a man into my life, that special someone, that perfect stranger that just completes you somehow. It's just love at first sight and magic in the air. Anyway, someone that sees what I'm doing and wants to be a part of it. Because God sent me on a mission, and surely I'm not the only person who God has sent on a mission, to play a role in changing the world as the wind of change blows across America. But we'll see. But for now, it's time to stick up the little, it's not, I put some Velcro on this so it can stick to I love that the wheels spin. So without further ado, let's stick the little sticky thingy up. And I'm thinking right there. So there you go. Road tripping to Sawgrass Recreational Park. Off duty. Peace and love. All right. So this wall by the end of the year is going to be full of all kinds of little knickknacks like that. All right. So it's be sure to subscribe, like, and share the channel so that you can be a part of it. All right. Thank you, and God bless.